Hello, today we're going to learn about ratio and similarity. A ratio is an expression that compares two quantities by division. We could say 4 cats for every 3 dogs. We can also write this like this, where we have 4 cats per every 3 dogs. Both of these are, they can be written interchangeably. This is separating by division, and this is using little ratio marks, or colon. So if I want to find the ratio of up arrows to stars, first you count up how many up arrows. Looks like we have 4 of them. Count up how many stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can write the ratio 4 to 6, but it's always good to put it in the most reduced form. So 4 to 6 is also same ratio as 2 to 3. Now, a proportion is a statement of equality between two ratios. Say we could say 2 cats per 5 households in a particular neighborhood. So if there are 10 cats, then that means that would be in 25 households. I don't know why I'm obsessed with cats in the first few slides, but there it is. Um, so 2 to 5 is the same as 10 to 25. Now we want to solve some proportions to find particular values. Now in this one, what I would do is cross multiply, meaning I take 4b times 10, which would equal 40b, set that equal to the other cross, which is 20 times 24, which is 480. Now I would divide each side by 40, leaving b is equal to 12. So in this case, b is 12. Our next example, I would use that same method where I cross multiply. So I have 18 times a is 18a. 12 times a plus 10. Now I have to multiply the 12 by both of the terms. So that would be 12a plus 120. Now when I subtract 12a from both sides, I'll have 6a is equal to 120. Divide both sides by 6, and a is equal to 20. All right, now this one, I want you to try on your own, so pause the video, and when you are ready, start it back up and see how well you did. So when I cross multiply, I'll have 9c, and then when I cross here, it's going to be 3c, but remember that 3 has to be multiplied by the 4 also, so 3c plus 12. Now we subtract 3c on both sides, leaving 6c is equal to 12. So now I just divide by 6, leaving c is equal to 2. Now I'd like you to do the same thing with this next one. Pause the video, see if you can do it on your own. When you're ready, start it back up. All right, hopefully you're done. So when I cross, 5 times d is 5d. 4 times d plus 2 is 4d plus 8. So I just subtract 4d on both sides, leaving d is equal to 8. That one was nice and easy. Now this one is slightly different. When I cross multiply, I have f times f, which is f squared. If f squared is 25, we solve this by taking the square root of both sides. But as I square root, I have to look at both my positive and negative answers, because this answer could both be 5 and it could be negative 5. So there are two answers for this problem. And if you wanted to check, 1/5, is that equal to 5/25? Yes, those are equal. Is 1 over negative 5 equal to negative 5 over 25? These are both negative 1/5. So both of these values work for f. All right. If eggs cost $2.04 per dozen, how much would 5 eggs cost? So eggs cost $2.04 per dozen. We'd want to figure out how much 5 would cost. So 5 eggs would go on the bottom because eggs were over here. I should pluralize. All right. Now if we want to find how much it will cost, we'll cross multiply. 5 times 204 would be $10.20. 12 times x is 12x. Divide both sides by 12, and x will be 85 cents. The ratio of two numbers is 5 to 2. So if the smaller number is 50, we want to find the larger number. Well, we know the ratio is 5 to 2. The smaller one is 50. The smaller one should go on the bottom because that has a connection with the smaller number here. So if I want to find the larger one, now I cross multiply and divide. So this would be 250 is equal to 2x. Divide by 2, and x would be 125. Now this problem looks similar to the previous problem, but it's much different. If angle ABD and DBC have a ratio of 5 to 1, and measure ABC is 120, find the measure of ABD. What makes this different is we have the ratio 5 to 1, so that's like 5x to 1x. But we don't know what either of these are, but we know what the whole thing is. So we can take 5x plus 1x, and we know those have to add up to 120. So if I add those and get 6x equals 120, divide by 120, or divide by 6, and I'll get 20 degrees. Now, let's look back at the question. Did it ask what x is? No, it asks what is ABD. Well, we know x is equal to 20, and this angle is equal to 5 times that, which is 100. So the answer to our question, the measure of ABD, is actually 100. All right, so why do we need to solve proportions? Well, in geometry, our whole unit here is mostly about um, similar polygons. So we need to use proportions when we're solving for similar polygons. Well, what are similar polygons? Well, here's the slide. Similar polygons are two polygons that have corresponding angles that are congruent and corresponding sides that are proportional. So what that means, in this situation, angle A is going to be equal to angle E. Angle B and angle F are going to be congruent. Angle C and angle G and angle D, try to make 4 in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and H are congruent. So if we want to write a similarity statement, that would say A, B, C, D is similar to E, F, G, H. Now, when it was congruent, when there was a little equal sign down here, we knew that AB was equal to EF, but we don't know that now. We know it's similar, so those sides are proportional. So that what that means is AB over EF should equal BC over FG, and CD over GH, and finally, first and last, AD over EH. So it doesn't mean that AB is equal to EF, but AB over EF will be equal to BC over FG. Or there's some constant that we're multiplying, constant, let's say K, that we're multiplying by each of these sides to get each of these sides. All right, that got us through the first day. Now I want you to do your homework, numbers 1 through 10. All right, good luck.